Yes, it'll soon be here again. Up and down the country, the crowds will be gathering, for football's the sport of Britain's millions. Nearly 2 million spectators every Saturday afternoon, and half of them in organised supporters' clubs. There's no doubt about their enthusiasm. But not all football has official fixture lists. Not all players are registered. Not all spectators come in through the turnstiles. Where there are boys and a ball, there's football. And where there's football, there's drama.
You're not in 3B, are you, mate? All right. Well, that's me parked up. Who's that fat bastard on the pitch? Jeff Arse, my arse. Have you got the winch ready? Oh, never mind. I'll do it myself.
Football. Millions play it, millions more follow it, and those who win are heroes to the world. Its strength lies in the fact that anyone can play it, anywhere, at any time, on any ground, in almost any weather.
All right, I'm Ricky Tomlinson, though you might know me better as Jim Royle, or Mike Bassett, or that scout skit off the telly. I love me footy, though. I could watch it till the cows come home. People don't believe me when I tell them that. They reckon I'm talking a load of bullocks. Anyway, let's have a look at what's coming up.
He's backing up as well here. This is Gustavo.
So that's what's coming up. Well, not just that. That'd be bloody stupid because we've just shown it to you. But that and a load more like it. It's called Football My Arse. Which is why we've come here to Accrington Stanley. Not because of their great footballing history, not because they've let us have it cheap, though I wouldn't call 38 quid in a box set of the Royle Family that expensive, and not because of the beautiful setting here in the heart of Lancashire. No, it's because if you look over there, it sort of looks like the word arse. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why didn't we go to Arsenal? Well, call me old-fashioned, but I'm not happy being anywhere that's seen more than its fair share of semen. Hello. Get it? Right, here we go then.
When two teams clash as good as this, the outcome's totally uncertain. No matter what their manager has told them, each player knows this, and now, right now, he lives in fear. Fear of the crowd, fear of himself, fear of the other side, fear that he might drop out through injury, or that a perfect goal shot may bounce back, be disallowed.
Football without goals would be like sex without the orgasm. Not my words, but those of ex-England manager Terry Venables. And he knows about football, and sex for that matter. I mean, can you imagine? You'd have all the build-up and no finish. No, rubbish. I want tantric football with multiple goals that go on and on and on for hours and hours and leave you sweaty and breathless. Players pumped up and primed for 90 minutes of pure passion. Oh, God! Oh. That was bloody great, that. But when it comes to goals, I'm into all sorts, me. I love the freaky, bizarre stuff as much as anything. In fact, the freakier the better. Like this one scored in Australia by Adelaide striker Damien Murray in 1995. Whew, he didn't mess about, that lad, did he? Our Damien scored from 55 yards and it was timed at 3.5 seconds. Worth another look, I'd say. But blink and you'll miss it. Get in there! Here's another odyssey from Grimsby versus Leicester in 1997. It's not one of the fastest goals ever scored, but it is one the defenders will want to forget in a hurry. What a bloody mess! Now, allow me to clear it up for you. Leicester keeper Casey Keller attempts to punch the ball out, but only succeeds in walloping his teammate Julian Watts. Meanwhile, Grimsby forward Steve Livingston scores as Steve Walsh slides in and smashes into the post, breaking 3 ribs in the process. Right, here's another weird goal scored by Thomas Brolin with his head. Or his stomach, or might even have been his shoulder. Now, here's another goal in the Brolin style, this time scored by Chris Brass. Oh dear, I'll bet Chris was brassed off with that. It left him red-faced in more ways than one. To be a good striker though, you've got to be quick, strong, clever and above all, you've got to have loads of cheek. How'd you follow that? With this, I guess.
Surgiu discípulo dele na 4ª divisão do futebol paulista. É Gilmar, do União de Mogi das Cruzes.
Golaço! There've been an awful lot of goals scored since football began, but very few like this.
O Gilmar, de novo, deixa a bola no chão e desta vez quem aproveita é Gabriel, do Mogi das Cruzes, outro time da cidade.
I don't believe it! A goal is a goal is a goal, no matter how it's scored. Even this one.
Você se lembra desse lance em 94? Ficou pra história, né? A goleada do goleiro.
But if you thought that was bad, cop a load of this.
Here's Parker. And it's Crosby coming round the back, and Dibble got it at the second attempt. Oh, and Crosby's pitched the... Oh, has he given the goal? He has! My word! Gary Crosby!
Oh dear, poor old Dibble. That more or less ended his career at City. After that, he was no longer top cat. Good work, though, by Crosby, thinking with and using his head.
This is what happened.
The goals we've seen so far have all been memorable for their freakishness or cheek, but the ones that really stick in the memory, or what memory I've got left at my age, are the truly magnificent ones. So here are my greatest goals of all time, by which I don't mean the greatest goals I've scored, because that would amount to, well, to none, but anyway, you know what I mean. These magic boots weren't made for walking, they were made for dribbling. Nice little bobbies were there. The first one was scored by Ferenc Puskás, the great Hungarian. It came in the 1953 match at Wembley between England and Hungary, a game that shattered England's illusions that they were the best team in the world.
Sibor passes to Puskás. Another touch of Mega Magic, and that's number 3.
What a stonking goal! Here's how Geoffrey Green of the Times described it. Puskás pulled the ball back with the sole of his left foot, as if loading a rifle, and all in the same movement, shot it low and true into the far corner of the net. Billy Wright was left tackling thin air like a fire engine going in the wrong direction for the blaze. Yeah, I think that just about sums it up. Come on, Sir Stanley. Sir Stan was a dazzling player. He was the first professional footballer to be knighted, though apparently when the Queen tried to put the sword down on his shoulders, he jinked to the right, did a quick body swerve and was back out in the car park in no time. He made his last appearance at the age of 50, but as he was retiring from the game, another superstar was just beginning his climb to the top, and he really was the best. Yeah, Georgie Best. He had more ability than anyone I've ever seen, but unfortunately, all too often he did his scoring in the bedroom and his celebrating in the pub. Now here's an obscure goal that I doubt many of you will ever have seen.
When there was only a minute to go, England still had no thought of being content with that one-goal lead. Racing to beat the whistle, Geoff Hurst saw an opening in the defence and achieved the hat-trick.
What a goal! Scoring the winner in the World Cup final in your own country. Goals don't come much bigger than that. A little trip there. Away we go. Now here's a goal that, even though it was scored by Manchester United, I still think it's out of this world.
Given away by Vieira. Possession needlessly surrendered by Arsenal. Giggs happy to just get the ball down the other end of the pitch, but can he do any more than that? Still Giggs goes. He's through. He scored. Ryan Giggs. Is that the goal that's won it for Manchester United?
Blimey, I haven't seen a chest like that since I worked with Kathy Beck.
And now Manchester United are within moments of reaching the FA Cup final. And that is as good a goal as you could wish to see.
These boots make my legs feel 40 years younger, you know. Oh, come on then. Next up, this sublime combination between Gianfranco Zola and Gus Poyet for Chelsea.
One of the goals coming on the opening day of the season they'll be looking back on next May.
Right, great as they were, that's enough Manchester United and Chelsea goals. Away we go. Liverpool goals are what we want, so Liverpool goals are what we're going to get.
So Liverpool have got possession.
As indicated, there will be a minimum of 4 minutes.
4 added minutes. And Gerrard!
Take a bow. You have been immense.
Hey, not bad that Gerrard lad. Could go far. He was quite a way out when he scored that one, but not quite as far out as Xabi Alonso when he got this one. Top stuff. He's a Basque lad, Alonso, and I'll bet he was basking in the glory of that for quite some time.
Xabi Alonso has scored from his own half of the pitch.
The sort of goal most players dream of scoring once in their careers. Alonso, though, he has bigger and better dreams than most.
Newcastle looking for some way back into the game, but it's well won by Alonso. Oh, he's going for goal! He's going for goal!
Yes! Yes! Oh, brilliant! I could watch that again and again. In fact, I think I will.
Oh, he's going for goal! He's going for goal! What a strike! Oh, he's going for goal! He's going for goal! What a strike!
Oh, nice little body swerve there. Lovely. Oh, little tip there. Oh, where we go. To finish my great goals collection, here's an England one from the European Championships in 1996. And who better to score it against than the Scots? That's his very, very best. But what a celebration! Bloody mental! You wouldn't have had anything like that in my day. It was all far more sedate. Not a hint of homoeroticism anywhere.
Jones comes out but misses. Mundy takes his chance and slams it in for Portsmouth to pass into the 4th round with a 4-0.
That's more like it. He might be feeling as if he's just had an orgasm, but on the surface, it looks like he's just found out his mother's died. Sadly, the days of the gentleman's goal celebration are long gone, and in their place, well, in their place is just about anything. What a divvy. I don't know. The game's going to the dogs. Nothing like sitting down on the job, is there? He's really flipped out there. Pass the baby. Hello? Is that the trainer? What? You're giving me the boot? What? Did you call me an arsehole? Oh, a plimsoll. Oh, I'm sorry. I've got a bad connection here. Sent off again. Truth be told, us footy fans quite like a good scrap from time to time. It can certainly liven up a dull game. So here's a few good games that got a bit tasty in a section we've cleverly called Football My Fracas. Fracas? Do you get it? Oh, just play the bloody clips. Now, the first one from a Brazilian game takes a while to heat up, but it's worth the wait. Time I seen a smack like that was off me man. Oh, good God. Get in there. Oh, hey, That must have hurt, mustn't it? Come on, let's see that again, eh? Don't worry, he cheered up later. His team won by 2 knockouts and a submission. Here's something you might get a kick out of. This is a belter. Looking good, this next one. Arse. My arse. Now, you know that the fans are sometimes referred to as the 12th man. Well, there's someone who took that a little bit too literally. And incredibly, after that performance, he got signed up by the local rugby team. Now, you know, when the away team gets awarded a penalty and all the home fans shout and scream to try and put the penalty taker off. Well, there's one fan who came up with an even better way to stop him from scoring. That's it, lad, boot the ball away. That'll stop them scoring because they won't have another one in the ground. But, much as we laugh, there was one occasion when a football match led to a much more serious fight. A war, in fact. The game was between Honduras and El Salvador, and it was to decide who would go to the 1970 World Cup. The two countries weren't really the best of friends anyway, mainly due to a border dispute. So when El Salvador won the game 3-2, the stadium erupted into rioting. In the days following the match, tension continued to rise until it eventually toppled over into all-out war. Thankfully, it was very short. It only lasted a few days, but it certainly wasn't sweet, with around 2,500 people killed. An uneasy truce existed at the end, but mercifully it held, though it took more than a decade for the two nations to sign a peace treaty. Great shame that, and to make matters worse, when El Salvador got to the World Cup finals, they lost all 3 of their matches.
Comes from the wing to Peter McParland, who heads. Ray Wood jumps for it, and they bring each other crashing down. With only 7 minutes gone, the worst possible luck for Manchester United. Jackie Blanchflower takes over at goal, and the Villa soon give him plenty of work to do.
I used to be a bit of a goalie in my day, you know. March the 24th, 1968, I think it was. Here I am in action. I still can't understand why I didn't make it. Now, as a Liverpool fan, I've watched some great goalies over the years. There was one goalie called Tommy Lawrence, who was known as the Flying Pig. Now, Tommy let a goal in between his legs right in the last couple of minutes of a very important game. And he knew when he went off he was going to get a bollocking off Bill Shankly, who was the manager. So he thought, I'll get in first. So when he walked off the pitch, he went up to Shankly and said, I'm sorry, boss. I know I should have kept my legs shut. And Shankly said, no, son, not you. Your bloody mother should have.
Danger for Manchester again, but Jackie Blanchflower's playing as though he'd been in goal all his life.
Now, this first lot of clips highlights some of the great achievements by goalkeepers. First up, remember that goal David Beckham scored from his own half? Manchester United versus Wimbledon, I think it was. Well, that was a tap-in compared to this cracker. Now that's a goal and a half, or even a goal and 3/4, scored by the great Pat Jennings for Tottenham against Manchester United in the 1967 Charity Shield. That was the only goal he ever scored, unlike this fella. Jose Luis Chilavert from Paraguay, a lovely country famous for its stunning scenery and escaped Nazis. Big lad, isn't he? Now, he trained at the Jan Mulvey Institute for Footballers. He scored an unbelievable 62 goals in his time. But incredibly, he isn't the goalie who scored the most goals in his career. That honour belongs to Rogério Ceni from Brazil. 75 goals he scored in his career. That's more than the entire Accrington Stanley team has scored since they've been back in the league.
Oi!
What's the matter, son? Who are you?
Accrington Stato. I'd like to point out we've scored more than 75 goals since we've been back in league.
Right, I'll make sure that's corrected. OK, son.
See that you do.
What a bloody dope. 75 goals he scored in his career. That's almost as many goals as the entire Accrington Stanley team have scored since they've been back in the league. Happy now?
Yes, thanking you.
We can edit that out, can't we, after?
Yeah, no problem.
Sound. Right, now here's a keeper who didn't score all that many goals, but when it came to saving them, he certainly had a trick or two up his sleeve.
Redknapp. Goodness me, have you ever seen anything like that in your life from a goalkeeper? That is quite the most remarkable piece of goalkeeping I have ever seen.
No, hey, I'm not doing it. No, there's no way. Scorpion kick my arse. This is bloody ridiculous. So, we've seen some great goalkeeper moments. Now let's have a look at some shockers. Here's a Liverpool goal that owes...
Collymore in complete disgust with himself at the shot. How did it go in? He's wondering. So too is Tim Flowers. An extraordinary goal here.
Tim Flowers in goal there, although he probably wilted a little after that.
Look at this.
Now, the scorer, of course, was Stan Collymore, though more recently he's been known as Stan Collie. I can't think why. Now then, here's something that gives goalkeepers nightmares.
Profundidade, olha só, olha a falha do goleiro, vai sair o gol do Vasco, é gol!
Next up, here's a goalie who believes in giving his Christmas presents a bit early.
Terrible mistake by Schmeichel. It's John Henry.
Goal! flaming incredible. Let's have another look at that.
He's human after all.
Now here's another memorable moment from the 1996 game between Bristol Rovers and Brentford. Though it's probably something that the Brentford goalkeeper, Kevin Dearden, would rather forget. Dearden's claiming he put the ball down because he heard a whistle. A rare example there of a player suggesting the ref needed a hearing aid rather than glasses. Pass it to him, he's on your side! Oh, so that was some of the highs and lows of the men in the middle of the goal. Oh, so what about the men in the middle of the pitch? The men who are of questionable parentage and, according to half the crowd, always get it wrong. I am, of course, talking about the referee.
The Football Association encourages referees to really know their job, whether they're going to conduct a cup final or a local club match. Keen eyesight, first-class physique and a quick, decisive mind are necessary attributes of a good referee. And to make sure they're right on top of their job, the association makes them pass stringent tests. Controlling a fast game with anything up to 80,000 fans needs men who really know their jobs, and you're never too good to learn a little bit more.
Who'd be a referee, eh? It's the worst job in the world. Worse even than being Ann Widdicombe's gynaecologist. Ooh. You've got to be a real masochist, in fact. I bet most of them go home after a game, put on a gimp mask and a dog collar and get the wife to give them a bloody good whipping. I'm pretty sure this fella does. I didn't know Dale Winter taking up refereeing. Mind you, I'd look out if that fella booked you. He'd take your name and your telephone number as well.
Oh, you're out of order. Yellow card.
Yellow card, my arse. Oh, come on, lads, play on! Play on! Of course, it's different being a referee today, isn't it? Because all you've got to do is that. Hand it down on the floor. The referee will blow for a foul. Now, in my day, you could do this, stamp on them or anything. No one would bat an eyelid. In fact, referee David Ellery recently watched the 1970 FA Cup final replay between Chelsea and Leeds and reckoned he would have given out 6 red cards and 20 yellows. But you know how many were actually given out in the game? Not one. Because back then, football was a real man's game. Players ate slabs of raw meat and drank goat's blood at half-time. But at least the refs were vaguely human. The lot you get nowadays are bloody robots. I am the ref. You will obey me. Do not foul him again. He is paid 100 grand a week. The club cannot afford for him to be injured. Yeah, it's all about the money now, which means the refs are under even more pressure. Make a wrong decision now, and it could cost someone millions. What do you think about that, Roman?
Ach, what's a few million to me? I pay that to my ex-wife every week in alimony.
All right, leave it, will you, Roman? Now, obviously, the worst decisions a ref ever makes is to actually become a ref. But after that, they can drop some real clangers.
The referee awards a penalty. There's some doubt about this one, and every Portuguese becomes as eloquent as Cassius Clay.
Now, this is an absolute corker, and it's possibly the worst refereeing decision ever made, though I'm sure the fact that the ref is a woman is purely coincidental. But I would have thought lesson 1 on day 1 of the ref school is, if the ball goes out of play and is then thrown back in by a ball boy and tapped into the net, do not, we repeat, do not award a goal. It's scandalous. I'm surprised there wasn't a bloody riot after that, or even a coup. And what's worse, it won goal of the month over there. I reckon Chelsea should sign the ball boy, and they wouldn't have to pay him 130 grand a week. They've had some pretty tricky situations to cope with though, like this poor bugger who had a goalkeeper on his hands who really was crazy. Bloody hell, the lad's being frog-marched off. Probably to face a firing squad. And the TV reporters are still shoving microphones in his gob. They're the ones who should be shot. Now here's a ref who's had to deal not with a player trying to kill him, but with a player who's trying to be nice to him. Maybe a bit too nice. This Brazilian player was booked after he kissed the referee for awarding what he considered to be an unfair foul against him. The player said he didn't know it was forbidden to kiss the referee. Apparently they kissed and made up later. But it's not always the players who react to the ref decisions. Oh no, sometimes the managers like to get in on the act. Take a look at how Paulo Mata, coach of Brazilian side Itaparana, shows the ref he's not all that enamoured of his performance. I suppose that's what you call showing the ref some cheek. Well, quite a lot of cheek, actually. Football is arse. Now, here are some lads who know how to deal with an annoying ref.
Ay, qué pena, le están dando con un fierro, le pegaron a Guinea, entran los policías. Uy, cómo le pegaron, Pobre Guinea, le dieron en el piso.
Here's a ref in Brazil getting something else unexpected.
Está sentido ese hombre. Allí lo van a sacar. No entiendo lo que pasó, creo que era Nieto y Howley.
I'm legally obliged to make a tackle joke now, so here goes. Not often you see a lovely tackle from the ref. Now, most of us believe that refs aren't actually human, but once in a while they show us that they actually are. And like everyone, they have their limits. Take a look at this fella from a game in Macau. Macau? Where the bloody hell's that? He had to give up refereeing after that. Apparently, though, he became a bit of a celebrity. Gets a lot of stage work, I'm told. Mainly as the back end of a pantomime Macau.
Ooh!
Come on, lads, come on!
Let's get behind the game itself for a moment. Here are Reg Lewis and Jimmy Logie. You think they spoil them here? Well, you must take care of your assets, and it's the stars who bring the customers in, and football's big business. And in football, like every other business, some are rich and some are not so rich.
What the That's it.
There you go, Ricky. All ready for the match. Good luck.
Thank you. See, you never know what's going to happen in football. Do you think Paul Gascoigne was expecting Vinnie Jones to mark him as tightly as this? Of course he wasn't. But what was even more unexpected was that Vinnie Jones went on to become a Hollywood film star. Now, no one on earth expected that. Yes, you've got to keep your wits about you both on and off the pitch. First up, one of the hazards of being a lino, and no, it doesn't involve having the flag show where the sun doesn't shine. Looks like an accident, doesn't it? But they only did it because he was flagging for offside. Here's another lino down on his luck.
Ih, rapaz! E o Bandeira sentiu, hein? Vamos ver de novo aqui, ó. Ronaldão chegou para tirar.
Of course, it's not only the match officials who need to be on the lookout for rogue, out-of-control players.
Derrubou ali fotógrafo, não, é o nosso companheiro do áudio. Eu não ouvi aquele barulho. E não é o nosso.
And not to be outdone, the cameraman has also got to get in on the act. Well, to be more precise, his camera does. Now, get the Kleenex ready, lads, because this one's going to make your eyes water. That's one way to get the sack in football. But it's not just moving objects you need protection from on the pitch.
It said that a win is imperative, but they could concede a goal here as the goalkeepers in no man's land.
Ah, poor old Phil Babb. He was certainly babbling after that. Now, here's what's known in the trade as adding insult to injury. Well, if nothing was broken before, it probably is now. Next up, someone gets a surprise of the unpleasant variety. I've heard about falling off the wagon, but that was bloody ridiculous. Now, here's a pitch invasion that I don't think anyone could have done anything about. How about that? Beaten by the B team. Incredibly though, none of the players or officials got stung, just the fans. The game was abandoned and no one got a refund. You've got to laugh though, haven't you? Because that's part and parcel of the game, isn't it? Having a laugh. Well, it's hardly surprising when the game is so full of so many great characters, both players and managers, and fans, of course. Though, frankly, how anyone affords to go these days, let alone get a season ticket, is beyond me. The people running the game won't be satisfied until they've leached every penny they can out of the fans. It's a bloody disgrace. If you ask me, which you didn't, but this is my DVD, so I can say what I like, in my opinion, and my opinion is well respected throughout the world of football. And he couldn't argue with me anyway. And that's my final word on the matter, right? And let's start with a few of the more well-known footy fans. Like this fella. The one-time chairman of Watford. He used to get so excited after a match, he'd jump into the communal bath with the players, who would then immediately jump out. Now, here are a couple of real salt-of-the-earth football fans. Apparently, Michael was very interested in what went on the pitch. I'm told he couldn't take his eyes off the ball boys. Or should that be the other way round? Now, here's another celebrity chairman, or in this case, chairwoman, or is it just chair? Anyway, she knows how to make a souffle rise, but I'm not sure about her attempts to lift the crowd.
Let's be having you! Hey? Come on!
Well, I hope you've enjoyed my delve into the world of footy, whether you're being paid 120 grand a week to play, or kicking a tin can around in the local car park. It really is the greatest game in the world. Though I doubt your mum should shout at you come in for your tea if you're being paid 120 grand a week. No, somehow, I can't quite see that happening, but just about anything else is possible because... Hey! What are you going on about? Why should I be sent off? Why should I be sent off?
Hey, we're not after getting you sent off.
Well, what you want off then?
You're short!
Hey? Oh, no, you bloody don't. Hey, football? My arse.
Yeah.